what's up? Welcome to the channel. Welcome back to the channel. You already know what it is. First things first. Let's show the outfits out. So I got this new set. Obviously it's red.
I'm the face of the city, bitch. That's why you mad.
Love the Playboy set. Anyway, okay, back to the video. The second important thing of this video. So basically, I was on this podcast like months ago, okay, y'all, months ago, let me tell you, months. So, I was like, basically, is this podcast coming out? Because there's some things that I want to address about who I was doing this podcast with, and I just wanted to make sure it was coming out. So, like, I messaged the people that make the podcast, and I was like, yo, when's the podcast coming out? Because I'm trying to make a reaction video. And he literally said to me, yeah, I don't think we're going to put it out. I'm like, what? Because literally, y'all, let me tell you, we were at this podcast, like, it's an after party podcast, you already know, like, till 4 in the morning.
Thought like it wouldn't happen. I really thought that it wouldn't happen.
You can never think that. You have to always think
that's
whatever
what I thought.
Okay, I don't like to stay out like past 2. I really don't. I'd be like, after the club, I do not do no after parties. I've never been to a good after party. Like, there's no point. I don't want to be outside when the sun is up. If the sun is up and I'm still out, I'm in a bad mood. It's gonna be a bad day the next day. I like to get up the next day, go to Denny's, eat something. I don't know, like, I cannot do it till the next, like, the sun is up, because then you sleep the whole day. That's not for me. So when he was like, yeah, I don't think we're gonna do the podcast because it was like so messy and stuff, I was like, we need to do that. That podcast was so good. I already saw the views in my mind, everything. I can see the views in the future. It speaks to me. I'm like, the topics were so good. Because one thing about me, I don't like to hold back, and I like to talk about controversial subjects because I'm not afraid to go there. I'm not afraid to put my name behind my opinion. I know lots of people that were commenting, reacting to the podcast, were like, this is my opinion, but please keep it anonymous. Don't say my name, because they don't want people to come for them. I love it when people come for me. Please come for me. Please. Like, I like being talked about. That's fine with me. Talk about me. I'm not that type of person that gets mad. Like, everyone's talking about me. It's like, good. What's the next thing, right? Anyway, so with that being said, I do want to address the podcast because, listen, before we go into this, I just want to let y'all know, disclaimer, I was drinking like the whole night, okay, like drunk. I don't know how drunk I was because it was months ago, but just keep in mind, drunk, 4 in the morning, tired, okay? I'm not a person that likes to do a podcast like after the club because I'm tired, I want to go home, and you can't really like say what you're thinking because you're kind of like fucked up, right? So it's hard to express your feelings about situations or like have it come out the way you want because you're fucked up. So I'm just gonna go over things that I didn't get to say and kind of go over what I said and, like, you know, kind of say what I was trying to say, basically, without being fucked up. So, sober opinion thoughts. With that being said, we're going to go over the podcast clip by clip. I was really like, we need to get this podcast out because, first of all, there's some things I want to say, but he was like, we're not putting it out. And I almost had to freak out. I was like, no way was I at this dude's house till 4 in the morning, and they're not. It was just a waste of time, pretty much, because that's what it was. Like, if this podcast didn't come out, it would have been a waste of time. I do not like my time wasted. So I was already thinking of, like, let's do, I got to get my content somehow, okay? I was like, I'm like, expose them. I'll be like, no, I'm just kidding. I would not. But yeah, so that being said, let's do the reaction video. So thank goodness they posted it because I was like, no, I need this podcast. Like, what are you talking about? This is gonna get views. In my head, I'm like, this is gonna get, like, this is what, anything with me on it is gonna get views, first of all. So that being said, let's get into the video.
Explain.
Yes. What do you mean, do girls get caught?
Explain the sneaky shit you guys do to not get caught.
you
There's no sneaky shit.
We need to know.
You know something.
There's no sneaky shit. Like, if you the type of bitch that's gonna like air your shit out there like that, then people are gonna know.
Okay, so right off the bat, we have the first question. Love that. Explain the sneaky shit y'all do. Okay, first of all, I love how she just jumped in there. Like, I love how she just jumped right in there to answer that as if that question was for her. Now, like, to me, I had to really think about that question because, first of all, there's no sneaky shit. Like, I was like, what? What sneaky shit, right? Because of the simple fact, I feel like this question wasn't for me because I don't cheat, right? So what's sneaky shit? I can't relate. So I love the fact that she just went ahead and was like, just jumped right in there. Like, she could relate so bad. I'm like, girl, okay, go off.
I need to know.
You know something.
There's no.
And it's just funny because if you watch, he was like looking right that direction if you like watch the thing. But I mean, I'm just saying allegedly looks like he was looking at her. Who knows, right? He was asking all of us, but I just thought it was funny. He was like looking at her when he asked that, right? Anyway, just something I observed.
Well, explain the sneaky shit you guys do to not get caught.
But you know what? It's fine. It's all about how you respond, right? Like, you know, it sounded like he was like accusing us, like, of us doing sneaky shit, right? That's essentially what he did. But that's fine. You can accuse all you want. It's how you answer. It's how you represent yourself. So, you know, she did good. She was like, there's no sneaky shit. Boom. Done. You should stop right there, girl. But then she kept talking. And that's one thing that will bite you in the ass when you can't stop talking. Then she continues. If you the type of bitch to air your shit out.
If you the type of bitch that's gonna like air your shit out there like that, then people are gonna know.
Right there, it's like, what are you airing out? Like, what's gonna come out, right? Nothing's gonna come out if there's nothing to come out. So it's like, she's essentially answering the question without answering the question. I find that so ironic and funny because she literally just aired herself out. Like, girl, he's basically essentially asking, do you do sneaky shit? So if you want to be the type of bitch you were talking about, not air your shit out, you should be like, there's no sneaky shit, period, point blank, you know, be a good liar then, I guess. But I mean, I respect her for not lying. She's being serious about it, but I'm just saying, like, you know, I find that so ironically funny.
But if you not, then people are not gonna know.
Like, you clearly don't love that guy if you're willing to do that.
I don't know. I don't know if it's no. I don't think it's about love, to be honest.
I think it's about love because if you love him, you're not gonna do that.
I think you can.
You guys
I
have
think you
different
can.
opinions, which I love. Go
I
ahead.
think you can. I think you can love somebody and still betray them, right?
Hell no.
For
you
me,
can love them.
I'm the type of person where like I'm gonna love you enough to protect you from whatever I'm doing, right? Yeah.
Okay, and there it comes out. So basically, she says she loves you enough to protect you from what she's doing. Now, that is the most literal toxic sentence I've ever heard in my life, because that is some manipulation shit right there that you would tell your partner, like, as if you're protecting them. Like, you're essentially, if you cheat on your partner, you are hurting them. Like, that's obviously gonna hurt your partner, right? So you can't just be like, oh, like, I cheated on you or I did this, but you know what? I'm protecting you by not telling you. Okay, that is like, if I heard that from a guy, that is like the most reddest flag I've ever heard. I would drop him so quick. Like, that is not tolerable in any relationship, a healthy relationship, right? Like, that's just something, like, I can only talk from my perspective of, because I would only do healthy relationships or else I'm not going to do a relationship, period. Like, I don't know. To me, that's what makes sense, right? So I can only talk about it from my point of view. So to me, like, that's just a red flag in itself of any person. Like, if that comes out of anybody's mouth, like, what are you trying to say? Like, you're trying to justify it by being like, okay, well, at least they care about me because, you know, they're protecting me from hiding. Like, what? Don't do it. Like, don't anyway, I can't even, to me, that's just a common sense thing. Like, I don't know, like, don't cheat on your partner, but, you know, I don't know. Like, she didn't say she cheated, but protect them from what, right? I can only assume. So, anyway, let's go on.
Okay, hear
That's
me out.
my nigga.
Hear me out.
Nigga, my nigga.
What they don't know won't hurt them.
Oh.
Hell no.
What they don't
Maria I
know
know.
won't hurt them.
They'll find out.
How?
They'll find out.
How?
Trust me. Anything you try and keep secret will come out.
I don't think
Not
so. I don't
really,
believe
though.
that.
Not
Yeah,
really.
not really, to be honest. If you a sloppy, dumbass bitch, then shit gonna come out. But
Yeah,
if you not,
fact.
then
It
it's
would
not gonna
hurt
come
me
out.
inside just to know that
If-
But you wouldn't know. That's
If
the
you were
point.
Okay, so right here, what I was trying to say is that it would hurt me to know that I'm essentially hurting him. You know what I mean? Like, that would hurt me, that, like, if he ever found out how hurt he would be, like, that would hurt me in itself. Like, she kind of, like, cut me off there and was like, but you wouldn't know. Like, what? I'm saying, like, I would know that I cheated on him, right? So that would hurt me. Like, just that in itself, like, I don't know. It's just like, I feel like if you cheated, it's like over. Like, I couldn't even look at if I cheated on my boyfriend, I would never look at him the same, like, myself. I'd be like, because he would be treating me so good, and I'd be like, wow, I really fucked him over like that, and he loves me. Like, you know, that's not love. I don't think cheating's love. Like, I don't think you can love somebody and hurt them like that, because why would you want to hurt them? Why would you want to hurt somebody you love like that? I don't know. To me, that's just weird. I wouldn't want to hurt somebody that I love, because, like, that is so hurtful. Like, if they would do that to you, like, just imagine how you would feel. So I kind of, like, try and look at everything like, how would I feel if they did that to me type thing. And I feel like that's what makes a good relationship, and that's why, like, how you know, set boundaries and you don't cross boundaries, because you think of, like, how would I feel if they did that to me? Would that be okay? And if you're okay with it, then maybe they'll probably be okay with it. And if you're not okay with it, then they're probably not okay with it, you know? Also, the fact that she said what they don't know won't hurt them.
So my point, though, is that what they don't
really
know
love
won't
the
hurt you.
dude, like, you're not.
Like, what the fuck kind of saying is that? Like, what in the world? If you ever... Okay, not to bash her. Like, not to completely bash her. But, like, come on. What the fuck? Like, what the fuck? Like, I could imagine, like, my partner saying that. Like, what you don't know won't hurt you. What in the fuck is that? Like, get the fuck out. Never in my life would I ever have a partner, like, say that to me. If anybody ever said that to me in the talking stage, the dating stage, if I knew they were like that, red flag. And I'm just going off my opinion. So, I mean, you can take this advice if you want or not. But, like, when you get cheated on, do not cry about it. Dude, I don't want to hear it. I don't want to fucking hear it.
If you're a girl who doesn't kiss and tell, and you fuck with a guy who doesn't kiss and tell, no one has to know.
Nobody has to know.
Hell no, because why would I even want to? If I'm in love with my dude, there's no one else that I even entertain anybody else.
Is that period?
No, my point though is that what they don't know won't hurt you. If you really love
the dude, like, you're not gonna be looking at someone else like, oh, they're cute.
Yo,
like,
Everybody's
everybody's ugly to you.
You're human being.
No,
you watched a lot of Cinderella.
It is possible.
It's okay.
It's possible.
Hell
There's no way you can only find one nigga attractive.
No offense, I'd be like, they're hella annoying. Like, I couldn't even stand an hour with them.
You think so? You don't find no other nigga attractive apart from your nigga?
No.
You know what?
No.
Honestly, I feel like it's okay to think someone else is attractive.
Yeah, it's about what you do about it.
I can think someone looks good, but it's not like I'm attracted to them. That's different.
Yeah,
that's different. I can be like, yeah, they look good. I can see how other people would like them, but I'm not personally attracted to them. They don't got everything, because you can find someone who looks attractive. Then they start talking, and you're like, hell no,
I can see that. I can see that somebody might be attractive, and then as soon as they start talking, you're like, fuck no.
Yeah.
But I don't think you're being realistic when you say that you don't find no other nigga
attractive. I can think
attractive.
someone looks nice, but, like, it's not like I would want to get with them. Like, I don't find that attractive to me.
Okay, so with this, what I was trying to say here is that, I mean, yeah, you can understand people are attractive. You can, like, see someone and be like, oh, yeah, they're, like, you know, attractive. Like, they look nice. But for me, attraction, like, liking somebody is, like, more than just looks. Like, to me, it's not about looks, like at all. Because, I don't know. I feel like when you cheat, like, maybe the person thinks, oh, they look good, and then you want to, like, because you don't just accidentally cheat. You, like, think the person looks good. You're like, they look good. And then you, like, kind of pursue them. Like, you have to pursue them. Like, to me, I'm not going to pursue somebody just because they look good. Because to me, attraction is, like, way more than just looks. Like, I have to connect to you. Like, I have to, like, have a connection there. I have to vibe with you. I really have to like your personality. Like, I have to, like, you know. It's more than just, oh, they look good. You know, to me. So, like, if I have a boyfriend, right? So, why would I even pursue anybody? Like, go to that next step of, like, pursuing them. Like, I already have a connection with somebody. I already, like, I'm good, right? I feel like maybe you would do that if you're not good. Like, I don't know why would you even risk what you have? If what you have is so great and, like, so good, why would you go ahead and pursue something else because it could be good too? Like, I don't know. Like, when you already have something good, why do you don't need to find better, right? Like, I don't know. That's just in my opinion. So, like, to me, looks is not enough to ruin what I have going on for a maybe. Like, oh, maybe I'll have the same connection to them as I do with my boyfriend. Like, that doesn't make any sense to me, why you would even try that. If everything's good, you're so in love. That's what I'm saying. Like, if you really love somebody, you're not gonna go try and pursue somebody else because you already know what you have, and you already know you have like all you need, right? So when you maybe are starting to fall out of love, or like maybe things aren't going well or something, and you want better because things aren't going well, maybe you will go to that next step and try and pursue somebody else. Maybe. Like, I'm just going off like what other people, like what could be going in other people's minds, because I really just don't get it. Like, I wouldn't fucking risk what I have for look because someone looks good. Like, that doesn't make any sense to me. I don't know, fucking when people start, what I was trying to say is when people start like talking, I don't know, I get like so turned off by the littlest thing. Like, the littlest thing, I'm like, get me the fuck out of here, you know? So it's very hard for me to like fall in love with somebody, you know, because I'm all about like how they treat me. Like, I have to be treated top priority, you know, like queen, like, you know what I mean? So looks is not gonna cut it for me to like I was like hard to get before I even had a boyfriend, so like if I have a boyfriend, it's gonna be like impossible, like, you know what I mean? That's just how I look at it. But anyway,
but like, you still have a fear that your girl is doing something.
No lie, if I'm married, I still would sleep at night. I would go to bed like saying, all right, my wife
even
would
if you
cheat.
knew her password and everything.
I don't want that, because then if I hate that, then I'm.
Why would you?
That's insecurity.
Because it's true. Like, why? Yeah, like, I know his password, he knows mine. Yeah, he can go through my.
That's probably why. See,
Why?
if you were on a leash like that, you probably would be a little bit.
If you're on a leash like that, what he's saying?
Yo.
But there's no leash.
I love that. Okay, so if you want a leash like that. So for me, like, my boyfriend knows my phone password. I know his, but it's not like a trust issue thing. It's like, literally, I'll be like, babe, can you call Earl's and place an order for me or something like that. Like, we eat out a lot, so sometimes I'll just call and like place an order. It's like convenient. I'm like, babe, use my phone or this and that or whatever. Or he needs to like, use my phone to search something up, like whatever. And he can. But we have that kind of like, I don't know. He could literally look through my phone. Like, there's nothing going to be on there that he doesn't already know. Like, you know, obviously there's people in my DMs like trying to message me this and that, but my phone is so dry, y'all. When you're in a relationship, like an actual like relationship, I feel like that you love them. I don't know what kind of relationships these people be having out here, but for me, my phone is so dry because you don't be texting nobody. I literally text like 3 people. Okay, my man, usually I live with, right? He's just like out of town right now, that's lying, but I live with, so we don't really text anymore, so that's limits 1. And then like Naz and Jada, and then when I'm in a group chat for a party, that's really it. I do have like other friends that like hit me up here and there to hang out, but other than that, I'm not a texting I'm not a texting person. You know, all my single friends, I'm not gonna expose anybody, but they know who they are. I look at their Snapchat, there's a list of people like just like snapping them just like pictures and streaks and all that. I don't do streaks, okay? I'm at that age, like, if you send me a streak, which literally Naz tries to send me a streak all the time with S on it, I leave her on red. I don't send me anything with an S shit, nothing. If it's on your story, I don't want to send it to me if it's on your story. I don't even use Snapchat for pictures, okay? I only use Snapchat for the messages. If you send me a picture and there's no words on it, I'm not replying, because what is there to reply to? You want me to reply to a picture? Where are the words? Like, what do you want me to say? What, nothing? You basically sent me nothing, so I'm gonna send you nothing. Like, you know, I'm at that age, that's it. So if you snap me like 2 to 3 times, you're automatically my best friend. You're on my best friends list, because I don't be talking to people like that. So yeah, so he has my password, I have his password, like, even to just Google stuff. You know, I mean, sometimes like he needs my phone for something. If he falls asleep early, I go into his phone and I set his alarm for him. I hope he would, like, you know, I hope he would do the same for me if I had to get up early. You know, like shit like that, like couple things. Like, what, on a leash? I don't get it. Like, it's not to like be snoopy and stuff, even though if I wanted to, I have so much like like, you know what I mean? I can just go into his phone, and like knowing that, like, we know each other can go on our phone, why would we have anything like on our phones that is weird? Like, you know what I mean? There's no reason for that. So, you know, it's like a trust thing. I feel like that's a trust thing. When you give somebody your password, it's like, it's almost like a next step of relationships. Like, we're on that level. You know what I mean? That's like a level step there. You know, I'm pretty sure married couples aren't like, oh, don't have my password. We're married with 3 kids. I can't have my password. You know what I mean? Like, weird. That's weird, right? Like, literally, y'all, like, if his phone's battery dead, he'll use my phone, and, like, you know, if his phone battery's dead, he'll use my phone. Like, that's fine. I don't care. He's watched porn on my phone before. I don't care. I don't care. Like, that's how I know. I literally know he watches porn because it'll be on private. I'm like, babe, just take my phone again. Like, you know, it's just like that. Like, I don't care. I don't care. You know, my phone is his phone, essentially. His phone's my phone. So, but if he dare post a picture on my Instagram without my approval, I swear it'd be over. No, I'm just kidding. But, you know, it's just chill like that. It's chill like that. So, what's this on a leash? I don't know.
If I have to DD,
you just said you'd go to the club pregnant.
I would. I'm not saying I will, but I would.
Without your man there? Is your man there?
What does my man have to do with anything?
Everything.
What the fuck?
Well, she's independent.
Like, why are you pregnant at the club? There's no reason. You can't take 9 months
on
off.
a regular basis.
9 months off,
on a regular
girl.
basis.
9 months off.
Do you have to be at the club with your man all the time?
No.
So then why
But if
would
I'm
being
pregnant, I'm gonna be like,
that?
you know, trying to take care of my baby because there's everybody trying to fight everybody in there.
So
like, I'm not
I
gonna
understand
put myself
your
in a risk for
concerns.
9 months. I can take 9 months off.
I understand your
It's not a problem.
concerns, right? There's some risk, but at the same time, there's risks every single day when
Every
you step out
single
of
day,
your house.
but there is things that
you
put you
could
more
trip
in a
and fall.
situation.
You could get hit by a car.
Yeah, I mean, you
So
can.
you
You
don't
can go
have to put your-
skydiving, but why would you do that? Like, you know, you're putting yourself more in
Skydiving,
risk.
Okay, look,
More
right.
in risk,
When
like,
you get
you
in
know?
a car and you're driving, what are the
Girl.
possibilities of you getting
You
into a
could
car
get,
accident?
but that's something you have
right?
to do.
No,
You're going
but
out
the
of your way to
possibility-
go to the
no,
club
the
for no damn
possibility, the
reason.
possibility is there, right?
But
so
it's
when
for-
I go to the club while pregnant, I'm not praying that something's about to happen to my child, okay?
No, but it
I'm going for
could.
my enjoyment. I'm going for my fun. It has nothing to do with the risk that could happen. At the end of the day, risk will be there 24/7.
risks.
There's always risk.
Yeah, there's always risk, but you're putting yourself extra
Not
out there.
really, no.
Yeah.
No.
And
As
everyone's
long as
gonna
she's not
talk about
drinking
you.
or smoking.
Well, just be prepared that people
Drinking
are
and
going to talk about
smoking
you.
will be fucked up if you're pregnant. Going to the club and dancing is no problem at all, in my eyes.
I don't know.
Okay. Anyway, guys, this conversation. So anyway, so basically now we're talking about being at the club pregnant because I wanted to bring it up because I love talking about controversial subjects. Anything that I talk about is usually like about, like, I'm subbing somebody, like I'm literally subbing them, like low key, like, you know what I mean? Like, this topic is literally about somebody at the time that I was like kind of beefing with because, anyway, it's a long story, but if you know, you know. So basically I made a video about this girl being pregnant on my YouTube channel, and then I wanted to bring it up on the podcast because I just love subbing people. Like, it's subliminal, whatever, you know what I'm trying to say. So, you know, I'll talk about you without talking about you, you know what I mean? And I love doing that. So, I mean, if you want to go to the club pregnant and you have a big belly, to me that looks ratchet. Like, I don't know, it just couldn't be me, wouldn't be me. I'll take it to the grave, that wouldn't be me. Okay, because one, I just feel like the club is fun, great, but I'm in a relationship. When you're in a relationship, like a real, like, relationship that you know, that's like a healthy one, I feel like it's healthy. The club isn't even as fun anymore because it's like, what? I'm just going to the club. I'm just standing around a bunch of drunk people that want to fuck each other. And it's like not as fun as it is when you're single, right? Honestly, it's more fun like doing like a night out with your like boyfriend, or even a night out with the girls drinking, like stuff like that. I like the drinks taste bad there. They're like shitty, they're expensive, like they're $7 for what, vodka and fucking Sprite? You gotta be kidding me. You gotta be kidding me. When I could have my nice salted margarita on the rocks at Earl's, are you joking? So it's just not like, you know, maybe if they had better drinks, I'd like it a little more, but it's just not, you know, it's fun like sometimes, but not all the time. Like, I could never go every weekend like you used to do when you're single, right? Because it's fun every weekend, because it's like, who are you gonna meet? Okay, I'm not really trying to meet anybody at the club. Like, you're not. you're just more like having fun with friends. Like, I'm having fun with, like, I have fun with Jada and Naz when we go out, you know, even though, like, maybe there's some, like, sometimes there's drama, you never know, right? Keeps it interesting. But I don't know, like, I could really do without it. Like, I could go a long time without clubbing, and I have, because, like, when COVID was a thing, the clubs are closed for, like, more than 9 months. Like, 9 months is a pregnancy term, if you didn't know. And I stayed home, and I was fine with it. When the clubs opened back up, was I like, I gotta get in there, I was missing clubbing so much? No, I really wasn't. I was like, okay, you know, like, it wasn't really affecting me. So coming from somebody that's in a like a long-term relationship now, like, if I were to get, like, right now I don't feel ready to settle down and have a baby. I don't. I'm not emotionally prepared. I'm not emotionally ready. I'm not, like, financially ready. I don't want to be spending $20 on diapers when I could be buying a drink. I'm not ready to give that up, right? I'm not ready. So I feel like when I am ready, like, I feel like now I would already be okay, like, not going to the club, like, for 9 months. So I feel like when I'm ready to have a kid, I definitely will not be going to the club, like, 9 months pregnant. I'm gonna be, like, nesting. I'm gonna be one of those nesting moms, like, you know, like, I want to take care of myself the best as possible for these 9 months, because it's no longer about me. I feel like when you settle down and have kids, like, you know, I know how moms, I'm not gonna say I know how moms are. I'm not a mom or anything, but, you know, I'm not stupid. Like, you can put yourself into other people's shoes a little bit, right? Like, I'm not pregnant, so I can't understand anything a pregnant woman is going through. No, bitch, I'm not fucking stupid. So I'm sorry, I don't mean to come off aggressive, but, like, I can't help it. But let's say, like, it's just, like, I could see what I would be like pregnant, because I know what I am like now. So, like, I'm gonna be one of those nesting moms. I want to take care of myself to the best of my abilities, you know? Like, I get it, like with the wine thing. Like, I guess some people can't go without wine for 9 months, right? So people, like, ask their doctor, can I have a glass of wine? I don't know, I've heard of this rumor somewhere before, like, you can have 1 glass of wine. For me, I don't even drink wine now. I'm not an alcoholic. Look, not that if you drink wine you're an alcoholic, but I mean, like, I could go without alcohol for more than 9 months. So, and I'm not even pregnant, so I know that if I was pregnant I could give it up really easy. I'm like, okay, I could just go 9 months and it's not a problem. I accidentally do it, you know, and I accidentally, like, don't go to the club for a few months. I can, like, add a little bit more, because, like, yes, you could get hurt anywhere, but it's like, why put yourself in that position? Like, to me, like, mentally, y'all, why? Like, because I'm not, like, having, like, because, like, I'm in a relationship, right? Maybe if I was single it'd be a different story. I don't know, but even if I was single, I'm not gonna be fucking huge and in the club, because first of all, the type of dudes that would attract, I already know I'm not gonna be attracted to you. Like, oh, you go to the pregnant woman in the club, like, she's already knocked up. Like, I don't know, the whole thing about that just seems off to me. Like, I don't know, and just seeing, like, a pregnant person in the club, the whole thing just looks off to me. And this is my personal opinion, okay? This is my channel, my opinion, okay? So, I mean, if you want to do that and you want to go and do that, like, who is me? Like, who am I to you? Nobody, right? It's not really going to affect your life anyway, right? If you're looking on the prowl, you just, like, left your baby daddy and you want to find, I don't know, like, a sugar daddy or, like, something that's going to take a new father at the club, then go ahead, you know, if that's something you want. For me, I'm not gonna fucking find a child of a father figure at the club. That's your first motherfucking mistake, okay? You're not gonna find a father figure at the club while you're pregnant. Like, I don't, the whole situation is just giving me bad vibes, y'all. Bad vibes, okay? Like, I'm just giving my opinion. Like, I would never. So anyway, like, bitch, I don't know. Like, go jogging in a rich neighborhood. I don't know, y'all. I don't know. Like, I wouldn't do it. I just wouldn't do it. But whatever works, right? So, I don't know. Regina is just a different breed, okay? So, anyway, I would be at home. Like, not at home. Like, I'm not saying you don't have any life. I'm just going on and on with this one. But I'm not saying you don't have a life when you're pregnant. But it's no longer about you. It's not about you, sis. Like, you have to be emotionally ready that, like, your world is now, like, you're looking after this thing. It should be about the child And if not about the child, at least for them 9 months, you can't take 9 months off for the kid. Because, yes, you can get hurt anywhere, like I was saying. Like, you can get hurt anywhere. But you're putting yourself, like, more at risk because there was someone fucking injecting, like, freaking, I heard this rumor, okay, this is allegedly. There was someone injecting people with needles in one of the clubs here. I heard about that. Crazy to me. If not for the child safety, for my own safety, the fuck? Anyway, like, just like she said, oh, you can get into a fight anywhere. Like, sis, is somebody really coming and, like, breaking into your house just to, like, beat your ass? Like, I'm pretty sure it's, like, and I wasn't talking about, like, a pregnant person getting into a fight, like someone beating on a pregnant person. I'm just saying, like, so happen you're standing somewhere and, like, 2 bitches get into a fight, as they do, like, as, like, almost every night do. You just happen to be in the way, or, like, whatever, something happens, like, you don't know. Anyway, like, I'm pretty sure, like, fights aren't happening every weekend at Earl's. Like, it's fucking, this is just fucking common sense to me, and it's just, like, I can't fucking argue with people that, like, don't, like, there's no point. So I'm not gonna sit there and, like, argue with people that don't understand how I think, because they don't think like me, you know? And that's fine. If they want to think, if they want to do that, that's their life that they choose. But to me, it's just, like, I can't even understand you. I can't. So, anyway. But that's fine. At the end of the day, it's your choice if you want to go to the club pregnant. It doesn't affect me. It doesn't affect my bills. You do you, right? It's my opinion. God forbid somebody have an opinion on the internet. God forbid it's different than yours. You know? So, yeah. Anyway, just, like, the fact that, like, I mean, you can get hit by a car on the sidewalk. Like, you can. Like, someone could be, like, drunk. Someone could swerve off and hit you. You know. You could. Like, you could easily get hit, girl. Easily. But that doesn't mean I'm gonna fucking walk in the middle of the road. Like, you know what I mean? I'm still gonna walk on the damn sidewalk because it's safer, right? Like, I don't know. It's safer, especially if it's just for 9 months, not the rest of your life. I'm gonna do what's best for that child. Anyway, that's all I'm gonna say about that.
Going for herself, like, she's
Do you
not.
know what
She's
I
not
mean?
going to
She's going
attract
for
any
herself,
niggas.
but she has
Like, she's
somebody
just
else that
going.
she
Yeah,
has
I
to
get
think about. At the end of the day,
what
it's not
she's
just
saying.
about herself.
Honestly, if a woman's pregnant, she shouldn't be in an environment like that. If
it
she
shouldn't.
respects her
She's
kid,
putting herself at more risk.
it's not saying
like,
she
it's not
shouldn't
safe.
go or she can't go, but from a respect
It's
perspective,
not.
I just don't
I
understand.
mean, no, I'm just
Good
kidding. No, there
question.
is girls in here that don't give a fuck for real if you're pregnant or not.
Yeah.
To be honest, if you're pregnant,
And
your
it's
life
not
is
even
not
about fighting
over.
out one girl. It's
Yeah,
about
like,
like someone's
pregnancy
fighting
doesn't have
somebody
to
and
be
getting
a
in the
death
middle.
So I just father figure
It does
isn't
affect
what
you.
makes
It affects you.
it doesn't what it's not what makes you perfect or good or in any way. You could have a father in your life and still be fucked up. You could have a father in your life and still be fucked up. And then you could also not have a father in your life but
He's
be
a
still
sperm donor
good.
because that's not a father. That's not a father. If he doesn't take his role serious, that's not a father. That's a sperm donor. Period. I'm for the child, so they're kind of like having to feel themselves
I think
out.
it's about how you're raised.
I think it's social
You
media.
do
It
not-
is, but
you don't
how are
need
you
both
raised when both the
parents.
parents are working?
You don't need both
but it's
parents to
super
be
hard 'cause my
around
mom was a great
100%.
mom, but look
You
at me.
don't.
Like, you know what I mean? I still went through my whole phase because I didn't have my mom around because she had to provide.
I think we have to take responsibility for our actions.
Did you have both
Because
parents?
I do have both parents.
So,
in my
like,
life.
how are you to tell me how my life went?
No,
If
but-
I'm
have
telling
both
you
feelings?
that
people.
my
Yes.
parents being there, both of them,
But how
and
you
whether
don't
they
know
were
what
not,
it's like. You don't know what
had
it's like to
nothing
have
do.
one parent. You don't know.
I
You
just
had
don't
both.
think you can blame your whole
think,
face
you
on
think,
your
but
mom.
you don't know. You think?
I don't think.
can't,
I don't
though.
think your mom told
You can't blame your
No,
whole
I don't
she
face
think
on
didn't.
your
your
mom
mom.
Listen,
told
let me
you.
tell you. Let me
Let
tell
your
you.
Go
mother
be a
tells you.
hoe.
Okay,
Just
listen.
explore.
But you can't blame it on your parents, though.
I'm not blaming on the parents, but it's just the whole principle. You have to look at how that person was raised, and
Yeah.
like statistically, most people that don't have both parents and don't have a dad especially, are more likely to be hoes. You just have to
Hold
look
on,
at the
is it
facts.
the same for
mean,
guys?
Excuses.
I don't know for guys.
Things like what's wrong and what's not wrong, right? do you actually need someone there to tell you that this is
you
wrong?
You kind of do, because that's the whole point.
You don't.
People need people
did somebody
to
have to tell you that stealing was wrong?
Because without
need to tell you
God,
that?
people make mistakes. People make sinful, because the devil comes in without God.
Stealing.
You need
stealing.
Stealing?
Yeah, stealing.
Yeah, like, I mean, if there's no consequences, you're gonna do it, right?
No, but did someone have to tell you?
Like, give me consequences.
Somebody have to tell you that was
consequences. Wrong? You need consequences.
But did
so if you don't have a parent
to
give you consequences,
my question.
No one was there to tell me.
No, answer my question. Answer my question.
Okay.
Stealing. Did someone have to be there to tell you that stealing
was wrong? I never got
arrested. Okay. Did someone have to be there to tell you that it was wrong?
Well, when I was younger, I didn't know it was wrong.
We have
so this part, like, this whole last bit, I was so tired, y'all. It was, like, literally 4 in the morning. Keep this in mind. So, like, this whole conversation was just so tiring. I was so tired. Oh, tired and drunk, okay? So, yeah, by this point, I was, like, done with the conversation. Anyway, because it's just, like, you just talk in circles. So, basically, what I was trying to say was, like, you know, obviously my actions are my choice, are my choice 100%, okay? But when you are like 16 or you're a teenager, like, you're still growing, you know? I'm still growing now. I obviously have a better, better headspace than I was when I was younger, okay? When you're younger, you don't really know what the fuck life is about yet, right? You don't know. You're still learning. You know, I'm still learning now, but you're still learning more when you're younger. Now, there is a fucking reason that there's laws on what age you can move out. I wonder why. I wonder why the fuck there's laws. Common sense, right? Thank God not everybody makes rules. Okay, so the reason why there's an age limit on when you can move out is because your brain is not fully developed yet. Wow, who knew you don't fucking come out of the womb with a full thinking mind, right? You need people to teach you. You need people to guide you, okay? That's why we have parents. So, you know, life, whoever made life, you know, God, whatever you believe in, whoever made it, from the beginning of time, it's always been like a man and a woman, like 2 parents too, like, you know, makes a baby, you take care of that baby together, you know, that's how it's been. So how, like, in the olden days is what I was trying to explain, is like, usually the mom would be a stay-at-home mom, like, people, like, girls didn't work, you know, so the child always had like a caretaker at home to look after, to help raise it, like almost every living moment of their like childhood, like most. I'm saying like not everybody, obviously everybody didn't have that, but I'm just saying like that was like the norm, like that was like what you're supposed to do, that was like the, you know, the goal, right? That's how, you know, that's how it happened. So the man would go provide, get the money, you know, keep the house and everything running, while the woman stays home and cleans, stays home and like takes care of the child mostly. You know, it would be very unusual to see like the man like doing like the cleaning and like that stuff. So that's how it like worked. So I feel like maybe our parents or like the older generations like are more, maybe because this is new, right? They're more stabilized than like we are. Like obviously our generation is so like, also social media, like a bunch of factors obviously happen to make us like, why are we so crazy? Why is there a bunch of school shootings? Why are kids like acting out so much? They're so like crazy and like disbehaved than how I was when I was younger. Like the stuff I see on TikTok of like everybody like doing pranks on the school and stuff, like even more crazy because of the internet, and because I feel like parents don't have as good of a grip on their children. And why they don't have as good of a grip as their children? Because 2 parents are working now. So like now it's like things are so expensive that both parents basically need to be working to even like have a really nice house, or like, you know, to do things, whatever. And now like as a child gets into like 10, 12, like they usually have a nanny, right? A nanny is not going to love your child as much as you would, or like care about your child as much as you would, or care, you know what I mean? Like it's different for sure. Let alone like sometimes there's like evil people watching your child, and you don't know they're bad until like something happens after, and that will affect your child. And you know, your child's gonna be like emotionally have that with them for the rest of their life type shit, whatever. So yeah, so now both parents are working, so the child is more likely to like be able to do what they want, like not have as much eyes on them, you know, in my opinion. But anyway, so I'm coming from it like from my perspective. So I only had a mom, okay? I went to California. She needed her work visa, right? So I was like 16 when we went down there. Okay, 16 is not old enough to live on your own yet. There's a reason. Like, I was not in a mentally right headspace to even live on my own, pay bills, this and that, like, you know. But I had the house to myself. I was 2 minutes from the school. People could walk over. I walked to school. It was right there, you know. So my house was obviously that house that everybody went to. Now, when you're that age and you have the whole house, like, let's say you're like living, like, you have the whole place to yourself. You're basically like an adult, like not an adult, but you're living how an adult lives with no parents, and you're 16. Do you think you're just gonna make the right decisions when you have no parents? No. You're so influenced by friends at that age. Like, you don't even know what you like yet. You're still like figuring out stuff. And that was also the age that I had my first boyfriend, like lost my virginity. Okay. So like, my mom wasn't there. So obviously, like, I went through a bad breakup, you know, the timing was unfortunate. And like, it was very important to me that like I was, you know, obviously I still believed in like, oh, the person that you like have sex with, you're gonna marry. Like, I was still in that mindset, and like, I'm gonna be honest, that's so unrealistic. Like, it's not. But the first time, like, that's a really big deal, losing your virginity, like, to a girl that like really cared about it. So I feel like maybe I believed in my virginity so much that once it was gone, I felt like, okay, well, now there's no point. Like, I already did it. So now, like, now what? It's gone, right? Like, you know, instead of taking it in, like, I don't know, it just was really hurtful that, like, I literally, it's a big story, like, I really don't want to get into it, but, like, you know, you give someone your virginity and they're just like, hey, bye. You know what I mean? And you're literally alone, and you're literally, like, crazy. You're, like, going crazy. Like, just, you're going crazy over this guy. He's not even talking to you. You have classes with him. Every living moment of your day, you're thinking about him because he was, like, special to you, right? The person you lose your virginity is, like, special to you. So, like, like, it's just a big story. Like, that's a whole different story in itself. But, like, I don't know. I really don't want to go on and on about this because it's so fucking irrelevant to this podcast thing. But I feel like we're all just raised differently, and, like, different experiences, like, make you. I'm not blaming my mom. Like, God forbid, I'm not blaming my mom. But it's, like, a bunch of circumstance things happen that, you know, I was like, you know what, fuck it then. I'm just gonna have, like, guys over and make him jealous type shit, like, you know, whatever the case may be, or not make the best decisions, like, just being depressed. Like, now that I look back at it, I was, like, depressed over this breakup, and I was going through it, like, alone. I lived by myself at 16 in this apartment. Like, my mom had to send me money. I had to go, like, pay for it, you know, like, get my own food, like, walk up to the gas station, you know, buying chips and stuff. Like, I was not, like, emotionally ready for that. Anyway, so it's all about, like, you know, it's hard not having two parents, because, like, if you have one parent, that one parent has to provide, okay? Like, they have to work. So you're gonna be even more alone than you would have if somebody, like, had two parents. Like, that's just inedible. Like, I don't know. So I feel like you're more likely to do things that you wouldn't have if your parents were there. Like, there's no way I'd be able to have, like, a bunch of people at my house, like, if my mom was there the whole time. Like, there's no way, because she would have put a stop to it, like, right? Like, I would have to ask her, obviously. But if you live alone, you don't even have to ask. Now, with the thing that she was saying, like, God, it's so sorry. I'm so sorry, but like, it's so long. I just need to address it, you know? And obviously I'm not going to be talking about all this on the podcast. I'm going to be talking about this stuff on my channel. But she talks about like having common sense. Like, you're not going to have common sense when you're that, like, you don't fucking have common sense like when you're a fucking child. That's what under 18 is like. And you're also like, your personality is developing, like who you are as a person is developing. You need guidance, and essentially your guidance that you have is gonna make you the type of person that you have. It's not gonna be 100%, you know, like your personality is not 100% on them, but it is a percentage and it is a factor. Like, that is just a fucking fact. I'm not gonna fucking argue with people over facts. I'm sorry, but like, I'm just not, because it's like, what the fuck? Like, I'm not gonna, you know, I'm not even gonna go there. So her saying like it has literally nothing to do with your parents, like, what? That like if you don't have like care and love for you, that's why, like, you know, if you're in a foster home, God forbid, like, and you don't have like the proper care and love, or like, you know, it affects you. It affects what kind of person you're going to turn out to be. It affects your decisions. You know what I mean? If someone you like, I don't even know how to like address this, but anyway, you don't come out of the womb knowing not to steal. Like, when I was younger, we went to the store and I would literally like take like candy or whatever, like, you know how they had those like things that you just open, like jelly beans or whatever. I would just take it and eat it. Like, I didn't know it was stealing. One time I like took barrettes and I just walked out with it. I just walked out with it. You don't know it's stealing until like you're taught that. Like, you don't, because you don't know how that affects other people. Like, you don't know right from wrong when you're younger. Like, that's just common sense. You don't know. That's why, like, if some, like, in the court system, like, juveniles don't even get, like, if they're under a certain age, don't, like, get, like, because, like, they don't know the consequences yet, because you need to know the consequences to be able to make the right decision of not doing that. You know what I mean? So, like, when you're younger, you don't realize, like, that's stealing, because you don't understand about bills or anything. That person that you stole from, like, needs money to feed their family or, like, pay bills and this and that. You don't have the fucking mindset to comprehend that they pay bills. You don't even know what bills are. You don't know about anything. You don't work. You don't know the concept of, like, working for shit yet. So you don't even know stealing. Like, you know what I mean? I'm not gonna fucking explain this. I'm not going to do it. It's just like common sense. If you get it, you get it. If you don't, you don't. I'm not, like, just this topic is making me so heated, because it's like, I can't even believe this right now. I can't even believe you don't think parents are important. Like, your parents' decisions on how they raise you, like, affects you 100%. Point blank period. I don't care. So, like, when I'm a mother, or if I'm a mother, like, I know that. So I'm going to try my best to, like, be the best person I can be to raise this child. Hence, staying out of the club while pregnant. Okay, anyway, not to bring that up again, but I had to say that. Anyway, back to the video.
To tell you that
I never got
wrong.
arrested.
Okay, did someone have to be there to tell you that it was wrong?
Well, when I was younger,
so I didn't know it was wrong. We have natural
but then
instincts.
Somebody told me it was wrong, and then I knew.
Let me finish.
Okay, go ahead.
We have natural instincts, okay? When we're about to do something wrong, in your mind, actually, you do have a thought.
Not when you're
like,
younger.
Really? Taking something that's not yours?
Yeah,
doesn't matter how old you are, you know that that's wrong.
That person.
No,
like,
it does, though.
Well, when I was
know
younger,
that it does.
I guess I was just dumb. Like,
no, you
know,
do know
not
that
everybody
it does.
has common sense like that.
You're not dumb.
It's not about common sense or anything like that.
Okay, let's bring it back.
If you look at,
you're a grown-ass woman. You can make your own decisions.
If you look at the justice system, like the prison
I feel like
society
you
right
can't
now,
really say, 'cause you
like
had your
most
parents.
people, like majority, like a lot of people who are actually like in the jails right now, there are people who are from single parents. Like, that's actually a fact. Like, statistically, this is not saying that they are not responsible for their actions. It's just like, statistically speaking, if you don't have two parents in your life, you're a little more likely.
Well, listen, just one thing.
We're not saying that the person is not responsible for their actions.
Yeah,
they're
100% responsible.
I'm saying that whether your parents were there or not, you would have made those
decisions,
actions, or whatever they do. At the end of the day, you're a grown-ass person.
Yeah.
You can make your own decisions.
Yeah, but like when you're growing up, you're not a grown-ass person. if you're like 7 or 6 or whatever, and your dad is not in the picture, and it's just your mom, and she's barely around to like guide you, to lead you, because she's like trying to make ends meet, and she's working 3 jobs and everything.
You're kind of raising
and
yourself.
you're just like raising yourself, and the only people you have to talk to are like your peers and like people else, like your friends. Then it is more likely for you to get in trouble. We're not saying that you're
Especially
not
if you have
responsible
the
for your
whole house.
actions.
Okay, now really quick, I just want to address something that doesn't have anything to do with the podcast, but just has something to do with the girl that I was doing the podcast with. So this girl, if you didn't know, I'm not going to mention her by name or anything, but this girl was like Jada's backup dancer for a long time. Like they knew each other like for a bit. I guess they were kind of like friends. Like I thought they were close, like not close, but like I thought they were good. Like, you know, if you're someone's backup dancer, you're like kind of their friend, right? Like you would say friend, like I would. But so basically, to bring up this drama that happened a little bit ago, but basically on Naz's birthday, the night that Naz was too drunk and missed her party bus, so she stayed home. We all went to hookah. Like, I didn't want to stay at hookah because I only went to hookah for Naz, so I went to Gab's. So Jada was like there, like with some of the people that were like at Naz's birthday. Me and my boyfriend went to Gab's. So that night, Jada got into a fight. If you know, you know. If you don't, you don't. Anyway, so she got into a fight, and basically this girl was there, and I'm not sure who recorded or whose video this is, but recorded some of the fight. You know, if I was there, the whole fight would have been on video, no questions asked. I would have had it, like, no one would be able to say this happened. Nah, it would have been like evidence. We would have had it, okay? So basically, Jada got into a fight, whatever, this and that, and the video shows basically after the fight, and like after the fight, Jada goes and like jumps on the guy, right? Now, the girl that I was doing the podcast with, I guess, got the video somehow. I don't know, maybe she was there that night, maybe she was recording, I don't know, but someone's got to have that video, like, of the start, like, you're telling me you just have the ending of the video. Anyway, so she posted it on her story.
Guys, please, I've been laughing at this all fucking night.
Was basically laughing at it. Now, like, Jada was really hurt by that because what the fuck? Like, why would you just post the part where, like, Jada doesn't look good because she's going and jumping on the guy, you know? Like, you know, her wig was snatched. It happens. The fuck? Sometimes your wig gets snatched. Like, okay, like, you know, she handled it very well. Like, she threw that shit. She was like, I don't need that shit. I'm gonna go fucking jump on this dude. Was, you know, you're drunk, like, whatever. Like, go off, sis. But the fact, it's the fact that this girl went ahead and like took a video of Jada looking the best when she's supposed to be like good with her and her friend, you know, and like post on her story and like laugh at it. Obviously that's hurtful, you know what I mean? So it just like, you know, and if you're gonna do that to like Jada, which is my friend, I'm like, it's like I don't understand how this girl thinks. I don't understand how this girl thinks at all. Like, you know, one thing about her is that, like, we have had mutual friends in the past, and, like, all my friends that I'm friends with now, like, I'm like, what the heck? Like, why would she do that? And then, like, people are just like, that's just her, you know? The type of friend that she is like, you can be her friend, but she's gonna turn on you like that. Like, and I just can't, there's just, you know, that's just another thing. Like, me and her will never see eye to eye on these topics because we're so different as people. I would never take a video of my friend that I just, you know, even if I'm like, oh my god, it's gonna get so many views. It's gonna get so many views. And, like, take where she looks her worst and, like, post that. Like, especially if I'm friends. If you're not friends and that's, like, your enemy, go off, sis. Like, I expect nothing less. But when you're her backup dancer, she's been nothing but, like, nice to you. Like, you know, no issues. Like, to me, that's snake shit. That's snake shit. And I don't want anyone near me, close to me, near my circle, that's gonna be like doing shit like that. Like, that's gonna take you at your worst moment and like post it because it's funny, or like it could be a good laugh. Like, you know, to me, that's not a friend. That's not somebody that like I want to be around, you know. And I also don't want to be around anyone that like cheats on their man. Sorry, but like, I know she didn't say that. I'm gonna say allegedly. She allegedly be cheating. You know, like, it's not like she said that, but I do believe it was implied. So, yeah, I just, like, I can't hang out with somebody or be around or even see eye to eye or, like, understand somebody who's just so completely different, and that morals are all the way switched around, in my opinion. So yeah. Anyway, that's the drama. That's the tea. And now, like, I just couldn't see somebody being good with somebody that would do that to me. So, yeah. Anyway, this is not to come for her. I know it's like, now, like, you know, it's like I'm coming for her. But I know, like, if we're going to do this podcast and I'm going to, like, be drunk talking, I need to explain myself after, because you will never be able to say how you're feeling when you're drunk and it's 5 o'clock in the morning. Okay? That's that. Anyway. You already know. Like, comment, subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one.